Zidane lost control of the locker room. Maradona's daughter burst into tears at the Boca Juniors match. Juve players don't understand Pirlo. Barca faces a fine because of Messi's gesture, and Maradona's doctor commented on the passing of the legend. Today, our beloved Champions League is about to return, which means that this week there will be a bunch of top matches overpacked with important news. How to keep track of everything? It's simple, you are to subscribe to our channel and press the bell button. From our turn, we can guarantee telling you about the most significant occasions from the world of football. But before you start watching the video, could you tell us what was your most memorable match in November? Write your options in the comments below the video. You just have to put like and you can go on with watching. Done? Let's get it started then. Edinson Cavani faces a 3-match suspension for saying Negrito in his Instagram story. Barcelona will be forced to pay a fine of 3,000 euros for Messi's shirt taken off in the match against Osasuna. For the first time in history, a female referee will serve the Champions League match. French woman Stéphanie Frappart is assigned to the Juventus vs Dinamo game. January 24th is the official date for the election of the new president of Barcelona. Raúl Jiménez underwent surgery on the fractured skull. His condition remains stable. Eden Hazard is out for 3 weeks with a thigh injury. The German Football Association has decided to keep Joachim Löw in the national team at least until the end of Euro 2021. Man City is on the verge of extending the contract with Kevin De Bruyne until the summer of 2025. Inter won't fire Antonio Conte even if the team gets eliminated from the Champions League. AC Milan is pleased with the loan of Brahim Diaz. The Rossoneri's leadership will discuss with Real Madrid on the future of the midfielder in the upcoming months. Giorgio Chiellini and Mary Demiral have recovered from their injuries and returned to their training. Alejandro Ceballos, the coach of the Argentina national team at the 2014 World Cup, is in severe condition due to the coronavirus. Everton head coach Carlo Ancelotti is interested in the signing of Barcelona defender Samuel Umtiti. Donny van de Beek suffered a shin injury in the match against Southampton. The timing of his recovery is still unknown. Inter wants to sign Chelsea forward Olivier Giroud this winter. Milan is the best team in Europe in terms of average points per game so far, with an average 2.5 score per match. After a goal against Leicester, Fulham striker Ademola Lookman honored the memory of Papa Bouba Diop, who died the day before yesterday. Vasco da Gama needs a player like Balotelli, and he needs a club like ours, said Vasco da Gama president Fabio Cordella. The day I decided to become a coach, I already knew that one day I would be fired. I have never worried about that, said Mikel Arteta. Thiago Alcantara has yet to recover from his injury. He'll be back in a few weeks. Robert Lewandowski, Manuel Neuer, Leon Goretzka and Corentin Tolisso didn't fly to the Champions League match against Atletico. Lokomotiv's midfielder Grzegorz Krychowiak fell ill with coronavirus. Barcelona and the UCL is a story of success that has unfortunately collapsed now. We will make decisions that will bring us back to the top, said Barca presidential candidate Joan Laporta. Juventus renewed its interest in Atletico center-back Stefan Savic. Jozo Kimmich resumed his individual training after having a knee injury. Virgil van Dijk's knee doesn't look so good, to be honest. Yes, of course we are in contact with him, said Jurgen Klopp. Man City has begun negotiations to buy 17-year-old Estudiantes winger Ariel Sarmiento for 19 million euros. Despite the fact that it was Monday yesterday, we saw a few high-quality matches though. Here are all the results. And now it's time for us to move on to the main news of the day. Leicester had a great opportunity to get in line with Premier League leaders Liverpool and Tottenham on points, but the Foxes haven't managed to take advantage of it, suffering a sensational defeat from one of the league outsiders, Fulham. Ademola Lookman and Ivan Cavaliero scored for Fulham in the first half, to which Leicester responded only with Barnes' goal in the end. After this defeat, Leicester remained in the 4th place in the Premier League table. In the second match of the day, Aston Villa, who has played great with top clubs this season, lost to the average club again. This time, Birmingham players lost 1-2 to West Ham, which, after this victory, lifted up straight to the 5th place. The clouds over the head coach of Real Madrid, Zinedine Zidane, are gathering more and more. Apparently, the problems of the French coach are not limited with the poor results in the recent matches. According to the journalist of Cadena Ser Radio, Anton Miana, some Real Madrid players are thinking more about their wallets than about the results of the team. And Zidane doesn't really like it. It seems the Frenchman begins to lose control of the locker room. Zidane can't find himself in the conflicting locker room. Many players are now worrying for their own bank accounts. They are even more worried about contracts and injuries. Zizou sees that some players are outraged when the starting lineup is announced. He has lost control of the locker room and admits it himself. It is very difficult for him to sort out the situation, says Miana. In the last 3 La Liga matches, Real have grabbed only 1 point, and today they will play the decisive match with Shakhtar in the Champions League group. An interesting insider appeared on the state of affairs within Juventus, which so far has been very unsuccessful in Serie A. According to the source, Andrea Pirlo doesn't discuss his tactical decisions with the players at all. Before the matches, he dumps this burden of responsibility on his assistant Igor Tudor, and during the game on his another assistant Roberto Baronio. Some footballers don't understand in what role the 41-year-old sees them on the pitch. In particular, we are talking about Paulo Dybala and Dejan Kulusevski. Juventus is 6 points behind leading Milan and hasn't won a single Serie A match in Cristiano Ronaldo's absence. A very touching episode happened in the Argentinian championship match Boca Juniors vs Newell's Old Boys. Diego Maradona's daughter Dalma came to the match of the 2 former clubs of the legendary player. This was the first time Dalma had appeared at the match without her father. Boca Juniors won 2-0 and dedicated their victory to the daughter of world sports legend. Dalma couldn't hold back her tears after such a noble act. Diego Maradona's attendant physician Leopoldo Luque, who is accused of the legendary footballer's demise by his relatives, gave his first comment after the incident. According to Luque, Diego Armando had a heart attack, and the doctors did their best. Diego had an unexpected heart attack. Patients all over the world are dying from similar cases. We have done everything possible to avoid this, Luque said. We will remind you that Maradona underwent brain surgery shortly before his passing. Friends, the top football channel is gaining momentum. The guys released a fresh video with little-known facts about the great Diego Maradona. This is a must-see. The video is in front of you. Click and enjoy watching. Well, it was football news. Have a nice one and see you in a bit.